Let's get one thing straight. If your hiring process for an infrastructure architect starts with a long list of skills, technologies, and years of experience, you're already on the wrong track. You're playing a game of keyword bingo, not hiring a top performer. This laundry list job description attracts people who are good at writing resumes, not necessarily people who can solve your real problems. It filters for active candidates with buzzwords and misses high-performing passive candidates who are too busy delivering results to update their LinkedIn. You end up hiring someone who looks good on paper, but can't solve real-world problems. This method assumes a collection of skills equals competence. It's a dangerous assumption. Does knowing every AWS feature, Cisco product, or Kubernetes flag guarantee someone can design a system that meets your 5-year growth plan? Of course not. It's like assuming someone who owns the best tools is automatically a Michelin star chef. What you need is someone who can take the ingredients you have, your business goals, budget, and tech stack, and create a masterpiece. The laundry list approach can't measure that ability. It's a relic. So what's the alternative? A shift to performance-based hiring. Over the next sections, I'll show you how to define the job as measurable performance objectives, source the right candidates, and assess them with uncanny accuracy. You'll learn how to ask interview questions that reveal true ability, use objective scorecards, and make evidence-based hiring decisions. This isn't about filling a seat. It's about hiring a strategic partner to build your company's digital foundation. Forget skills-based hiring. Let's hire for what truly matters: performance. First, define success before you start. Sit down with your key stakeholders, CTO, head of engineering, and business leaders. Define 3 to 5 key performance objectives, KPOs, measurable, time-bound outcomes. Examples: design and implement a multi-cloud strategy, reduce cloud spend by 20%, improve uptime to 99.99%, or lead a migration to hybrid cloud with minimal disruption, and deliver a DR plan that passes external audit. These aren't skills, they're results. Measurable, tied to business value and your North Star for hiring. Use the performance profile to write the job ad, screen candidates, and build interview questions. It separates talkers from doers. You want demonstrable outcomes, not years stated on a resume. Technical skills are tools to accomplish KPOs: AWS, Azure, GCP, Docker, Kubernetes, networking, and security. These are must-haves. Nice-to-haves include Terraform, Ansible, or FinOps experience. Always frame skills in the context of performance objectives. For example, Kubernetes to orchestrate microservices for a high-availability app. Next, the interview. Traditional questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Give almost zero insight. Instead, use a performance-based interview centered on, tell me about your single most significant accomplishment comparable to this objective. That one question, plus rigorous follow-ups, peels back the layers of real experience, and that's what predicts future performance. Let's break it down. For a migration KPO, ask, could you walk me through the most comparable large-scale migration you've managed? Follow up, what was the exact scope? What was your specific role? What plan did you develop? Who did you lead? What were the biggest challenges, and how did you overcome them? What were the final results, and how did you measure success? For example, at my last company we audited 200 physical servers, and I built a business case projecting a 30% cost saving. My role: lead architectural design and coordinate networking, security, and application teams. A major hurdle was a legacy database incompatibility. We implemented a temporary containerized bridge. I presented documentation and measurable results, evidence that this approach worked. A weak answer uses we without clarifying individual contribution, is vague, and can't quantify results. If they struggle to explain specific obstacles, metrics, or decisions, that's a red flag. The goal is to uncover depth, scale, and measurable impact of a candidate's accomplishments. Top infrastructure architects are rarely actively looking. They're busy solving problems. Job boards miss top-tier talent. LinkedIn and niche tech sites are decent, but your main strategy must be active sourcing. Your network and your senior engineers' networks are the best source. Ask, who is the best infrastructure architect you've worked with? Do targeted LinkedIn searches, look for principal engineer, staff engineer, or systems architect titles at companies known for scale, reliability, or innovation. Reach out with performance-focused messages, not job description blurbs. Lead our migration to multi-cloud to improve performance and cut costs. Much better than, we have an opening for an infrastructure architect. Once you surface candidates, use fair, objective assessment methods. Build an interview scorecard from your KPOs and competencies. strategic thinking, communication, leadership. Use a 1-5 scale for each KPO and rate evidence during interviews. Technical tests help only if designed right. Avoid generic puzzles. Give a real-world architectural brief. Design a system to handle a 10-fold traffic increase in 2 years. Here are constraints and goals. Whiteboard and defend choices. The whiteboard is a conversation starter, not a pass-fail exam. It shows how they think, handle trade-offs, and communicate. These behaviors, communication, leadership, collaboration, are critical for a successful architect. Define KPOs, frame skills as tools, ask for comparable accomplishments, source actively, and assess with scorecards and real-world tests. Now the final stage: common traps, bias, and lawful evaluation. The biggest mistake is rushing. Hiring a B player for an A player role creates technical debt for years. If no candidate meets your KPOs, keep searching. Better to wait than regret it in 6 months. Next, avoid bias, run objective debriefs, ask lawful fit questions tied to the work, and map evidence to decisions. Unconscious bias is real. Interviewers gravitate toward people like them. The objective scorecard combats that. In the debrief, review evidence for each candidate against each KPO. Don't start with, "Who did you like?" Let the evidence drive decisions, not first impressions or likability. Skip vague or illegal questions about personal life, age, or family. Tie fit questions back to the job. Which environment gives you the most energy? Or, give an example of receiving tough professional criticism and how you responded. Phrase questions to reveal work style and motivation without crossing legal lines. Map candidate evidence to role requirements, quantify impact and match to KPOs. Recap. Ditch laundry list JDs. Build a performance profile with 3-5 KPOs. Use the most significant accomplishment question. Score objectively. Focus on what candidates can do. Hire a great infrastructure architect and you build a system that's secure, scalable, resilient, and a team of A players. Transform your hiring process. Be performance first, evidence-driven, and fair. If you hire right now, check peopleteam.com/hiring. Subscribe for more hiring guides. Ditch the laundry list. Hire for performance. Build your foundation.